All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And I wanted to speak on a video I was watching, and it was Kevin Samuels. He's a show host, and he was speaking to this woman, and I want to go to the true understanding and deal with a lot of words, or not a lot of words in today's lesson, but 2 words in today's society that is pushed that, needs to really get thrown away. All right. And as he's speaking to this woman in this video called "Are Modern Women Ready?" You hear the term cheating. Okay. So for in this lesson, you hear the term cheating a lot. All right. And Kevin always mentions that how high value men cheat. Okay. Now, dealing with these words, let's scratch that. Let's throw away the word cheat, okay? Because it goes to adultery. All right. Now, so before I get into some scripture, so going into words, so I want to say scratch the word cheating and go into the word adultery, because that's what it is. All right. And another term that is very highly used in today's society as well is what? Dating. And dating is a term that people use to what? A lot of women, they use to, it's a way to butter up the way of saying I'm sleeping with multiple men, which that goes along with adultery. All right, so let's go to the online etymologies where you get the root of words. Let's type in the word adultery, right? That's an adulterer. Okay, so adultery. It says adulterate, adulterer, and adulteress. So let's click on this one. It says, I guess adulterer will be used for a man, and adulteress will be used for a woman. All right, and when you do commit these acts, they are corruption. They are acts of corrupt morally. Yes, it can make you impure. Yeah, and it is a way of pollution. Okay, because these are acts that are permitted, not permitted, according to the Holy Scriptures, according to the Bible. All right. Now, so dealing with adultery. Okay, let's go into that. So we're gonna go into. Let's do the blue letter. All right, so we're going to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 14. It says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." Right? Now we know in this society with the wicked ruler Esau, Edom ruling, everything is turned upside down, and one of the biggest things that he promotes is adultery. All right, adultery is one of the biggest vibrations that he has pushed throughout the earth. Through who? Through the Israelites, through the entertainment industry, whether it's in the form of music, whether it's in the form of a television show, a movie. He pushes that vibration very, very heavy. And now we're into today's society where it is heavily accepted and along with it being heavily promoted. All right. So let's go into adultery, because this is what it is. So let's go to the scenario, right, of the book of situation that took place in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and we're going to start at verse 22. Right now, a man can have. Let's say this now. A woman is only supposed to be laying with one man until she dies. All right, a woman is only supposed to belong to one man, right? Unless until she dies. Okay, if her husband grow old, and she died before him, then everything's good. But if he died before her, then she's able to remarry again. So let's back this up all through the scriptures. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 22, it says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, right? It says, then shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shall thou put away evil from Israel. So we're noticing that adultery is a sin and it's evil, and that's something we will have to put away from amongst our people of letting that evil spread through the nation. Okay, so read that again. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, but both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shall thou put evil from evil, put away evil from Israel. Okay, now this is adultery. If a man is dealing with if a man is dealing with a woman that has a husband, if a man is dealing with a woman that is betrothed, meaning promised in marriage to a husband, that is adultery. Okay. Verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both into the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel because she cried not, being in the city, and the man because he have humbled his neighbor's wife, so thou shalt put away evil from among Israel. So this is the second example that I was saying to you. A woman that is betrothed to a husband, a woman that is already promised in marriage to another man, and he lie with her, he should be put to death. But in this case, they're both going to be put to death. Why? Because she didn't cry out. Okay, so what it means is she didn't cry out. Ultimately, she wanted it. Okay. Verse 25, it says, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. Right? Why? But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. Why not? In this situation, there is in the damsel no sin worthy of death, for as a man riseth against his neighbor. Hold on, did I Let's see. Make sure I ain't jumping ahead. Okay, no. Verse 26, but unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no worthy of sin, worthy of death, for as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. So she cried out, meaning she did not want it to take place. Okay, so in this case, he is put to death and she isn't. Right? But this is still an act of adultery on his part. It wasn't something that they wanted to do together. So she cried out because she didn't want it to be so, and he done it anyway. So this is why he dies by himself. Verse 28, it says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he have humbled her, and he may not put her away all his days. So if a man finds a woman and she's not betrothed, she's not promised to no one in marriage, and she doesn't have a husband, well, now she becomes his wife, and she becomes his wife. And not only does she become his wife and he can't put her away, but he also has to pay her father 50 shekels of silver because he took away basically his father's help. Okay. And the man shall not take his father. Yes, that's going to something different. So what we just went through was, the situations of dealing with adultery. Okay. Now, like I said, the woman, okay, the woman can only have one man, right? The husband dies. A woman can only deal with one man unless her husband dies, right? Because therefore, then that will be what? That would be adultery. So, I know it's in the book of Romans. Slovakia. Boom. Yep. Right here. So let's go to the book of Romans. Romans chapter 7, verse 2. It says, "For the woman which have an husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. So then, if while her husband liveth, if she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from that law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man." Okay, so this will be the only time for a woman will be able to go get another man is if her husband dies. All right, then she won't be called an adulteress. But any other time than that, she will be called an adulteress. She will have committed adulteress with dealing with another man. Okay? It's on the table. All right? So hopefully you get the understanding of what I'm going into. Yeah, because this world pushes the word of cheating, but the actual word for this is called adultery. Now, dealing with a topic that a lot of people don't want to deal with in these conversations of, honestly, a man can have more than one woman. Okay? According to the Bible, a man can have more than one woman. So when you women see men, a woman that don't belong to a man, okay? Let's put that there first. A woman that do not belong to a man. If he has more than one woman, as long as they don't belong to a man, then he's not in the act of sin, okay? Because it's not a sin to have multiple women, okay? Matter of fact, let's go to the book of, where I want to go. Is it Exodus? Exodus, no. I believe it's Exodus 15. Let's see. Let's see. Slovakia. And I'm just going through this through the spirit, so I don't have nothing. Let's see. Another wife. There's many scriptures on it. I'm not even gonna have to get that many, but I'll just get a few. All right, so. Oh, yeah, so let's get this one first. Leviticus 20, verse 10, it says, "And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he have committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall be surely put to death." Okay, so this was supposed to take place when these acts are done. Okay, and like I said before, is to get the evil away from Israel. But see, as we are not in our rulership and as our law is not in place, we see society as broken down as it is, wickedness prevailing. Okay, adultery more rapid, Moism more rapid. The ways of the Yahweh Hashem Shah are being the ways that are contrary to Yahweh Hashem Shah are being pushed out. Okay, in his ways, it's just as it said, Yahweh Shah was crucified in this place. Meaning his ways was X'd out. Okay, this is what we see being done. This is a whole anti-Messiah society. Okay. So Exodus 21, verse 10, it says, let's go. Verse 10, it says, "If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these three, and to her, then she shall go out free without money." Okay, so this is dealing with, if a man have another wife, he must take care of her. So you got to have the means to take care of these women that you add on to yourself. Okay, so this is why in society we push that everything is lawful for us, but not expedient. So yes, it is according to the law. You can have a more than one wife, but we tell you out of wisdom to not do so, because all you're going to do is bring more. You could bring more, more harm than good done to yourself dealing with that, doing that in the society, dealing with the modernized woman. Now there is some brothers that are able to do it. They got the means to do it, and they don't. They may have okay women. I'll say that. All right, women. But for the most part, the majority of the women today have this super westernized mindset, and just, they're not with the mindset and the program of the East, and they're so far gone in the West that this is just not even possible. You know what I'm saying? So we say, yeah, it's lawful, but it's not expedient to do. It wouldn't be wise. You got more things to focus on, like getting your spirit together, while we're in this grace period, and continue to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to the best of your ability. All right. So yeah, so that's the point. A man can have there's no law saying a man cannot have another woman. There's many men of the Lord that have multiple women in the scriptures. Okay. But yeah, I believe that's the point. I think we covered everything with that, of adultery. All right. So like not two women, two wives. Let's get another one just for the backup real quick. Did I read this already? Yeah, if a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he have, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn, because the firstborn was to get the inheritance. Okay? But the point is that they had two wives, okay? According to the scriptures, men can have more than one woman. So, even though, society tells different, really man is almost, he's going against his genetic makeup of basically just dealing with one woman. If you want to deal with one woman, that's cool, but his genetic makeup is really, just to deal with multiple women, to bring forth children and multiply. Okay? So when women and people look at you like there got to be something wrong with you, right? You got to have a disease, something to keep one other woman. No, my genetic makeup is to bear children. Okay? And you know what I'm saying? Deal with multiple women, but in this society, things like that are not only are we oppressed with it, but it's shunned upon, okay? But see, adultery is not shunned upon. See how backwards this society is? Moism is not shunned upon, okay? Man on man, woman on woman. The whole trans movement, these things are not shunned upon. But a man having more than one wife is shunned upon, you see? Because why? It's basically whatever the serpent is pushing, this is how the world is going to follow and bow down to. Okay? But like I said before, the acts of adultery is wicked. And the Lord will destroy you for these acts that you're committing against him. And adultery is a high level of them. One of them is you get put to death for it is adultery. Okay? That's a very grave offense to the Lord. All right. So I just wanted to touch on that through the spirit. Let's go back to this word notion. All right. Because the notion that is being pushed out in the society, what is the general concept, right? So what is being the general concept and notion of being pushed out on society that, they go by this word, the terms they go by this word cheating and dating. And like I say, cheating is not the word they should be using. They should be using the word adultery. Okay. A man can't commit adultery unless he's sleeping with a woman that has already had that has a husband or that is betrothed to a husband. That's the only way he can commit adultery. But a woman sleeping outside of her husband, sleeping outside of someone, sleeping with someone that is not her husband, that is adultery. Period. She's an adulteress until her husband dies, like I just got into the scriptures. And dating is another one of just another way, is a cute form of saying I'm an adulteress. I'm going to sleep around, and they use the word date, okay, to try to cover it up. But no, that still basically goes back to adultery as well, when you're sleeping around because you're sleeping with multiple men. And that first man you sleep with, in honest actuality, I mean, Salaki, the first man you sleep with is who? That man is considered your husband. Okay, so I'm not even going to go into the scientific points and go all out doing in this lesson as I used to do in other lessons. I'm just sticking straight to the point. I'm dealing with adultery. So until next time, I want to say shalom.